Blackstone Publishing and Urban Audiobooks present The Preacher's Wifey by Dishan, Washington. This book is read by Mishi Lachappelle. Prologue. "And we now pronounce you husband and wife," Pastor Sprawling said, amidst all our guests who had assembled at Cornerstone Baptist Church. "You may kiss your bride." I looked into the eyes of my new husband, Byran Ward, as he leaned down and passionately sealed our nuptials with a kiss. The church erupted in applause as we both turned to face our onlookers with huge smiles plastered on our faces. My eyes caught the gaze of my mother, whose expression made it clear that she was bursting with pride. I had finally done something right. Marrying one of the most eligible bachelors in Atlanta had done it. Up until I got engaged to Brian, no matter what awesome thing I did, my mother always made me feel that it did not count for anything. Today she was beaming, smiling her approval. Her happiness was not due to the fact that she thought I was happy. She was happy because she knew that she would finally get the prestige and recognition she had always wanted in life. She was now the mother-in-law of one of the nation's most prolific and well-known pastors. It was as close to her dream coming true as she would get in this lifetime. "Baby, your smile should be a little brighter. You just came up," Brian said, turning my thoughts away from my mother. Without responding, I simply smiled more. For good measure, I leaned over and summoned Brian for a kiss. The applause of approval was deafening. "That's it, darling. That's how you work the crowd," he said. We made our way down the aisle, which seemed endless. Unlike most grooms who would just make their exit with their bride, Brian, who was never going to pass up a moment to connect with his flock, insisted upon us stopping to speak to as many people as we could. It felt more like a Sunday morning than a wedding, but I did as he wished. I smiled, I waved, I shook hands. Already I was settling into my first lady role. Finally we made it to the back of the church. "Pastor, the car is waiting out front to drive you to the other side of the campus for the reception," one of the deacons stated. Brian nodded. "Thank you, sir." That was another thing I had not wanted. I would have preferred to have my reception someplace other than the church, but Brian had insisted it was the perfect way for the congregation to feel involved, and as usual, I conformed to his wishes. Brian carefully assisted me as I climbed into the black stretch Navigator limousine. My dress, which was a sleek white mermaid-style number, had a 10...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?